Hello everyone. Today we're going to introduce a new feature that is called OpenAI Canvas. It was available in 2024 and now it is generally available even for the free account. It's a great tool to write articles, coding in Python, or doing data analysis. So no matter you are using a Plus account, which is $20 per month, or the free OpenAI account, you can go to chatgpt.com or chat.com, and then you will see those three buttons. Which you can upload data from your computer, and you can call the canvas, or you can create images and also search the data from the website. So today we're going to use Canvas to analyze a simple dataset, and it is on my GitHub. It's called diamonds.csv file. It is a very small dataset. It has ID of each single diamond record, the size, the weight of the diamond, color, clarity. So normally the diamonds has better color, good clarity, or big weight. They are more expensive. We also have three raters. So we have JIA, we have IJI, we also have HRD. So the three raters, they give the price of those diamonds. So the last column is a price that provided by those raters. I'm using a paid version because in reality, if you want to use Canvas to do extensive writing or coding or data analysis, the free account is not enough. So you will reach the rate limitation very soon by using a free account. So that's why in today's demo, I am using a Plus account, which is $20 per month. So first, I'm going to upload the data. So that is my diamond.csv file. And then I check Canvas. So I see write a short summary of the uploaded dataset, and I just hit this button. So we can see first we have two sections. The left side is the traditional chatting section, so where you can see we have this preview of the dataset that uploaded to OpenAI, and we still have this chat box, so you can continue talking with OpenAI. And you can see here in this case, OpenAI use a Python code, so they are using Python to load these diamonds by using the pandas Python library. So if you know pandas, and then you know that what they are doing. So they just create a very brief summary of the dataset. And on the right side, this is the report. Let's just call it report, so that OpenAI created. So the nice thing is that you can select any part of those report, and you can ask GPT to modify this report. So for example, you can just change the font, or you can tell the model that delete this part because I think this is not necessary. And you can see the model will delete this part. And next, they are going to talk about the columns. So for example, they said that is in USD dollars, and I'm going to say it's not in USD. And actually, I don't know which currency it is used, but it is not in USD dollars. All right. And they also give a sample dataset and also tell me the missing values, and I don't think that is necessary. So I say, okay, remove this part. Okay, so you can see it is kind of interactive process when you are using Canvas. So you can specify which part you want to modify, and the model will change the report or the writings based on your comments. And also, you can always go to the previous versions. So if you show the change, you can see those are part of the table that's been deleted, and you can always go back to the previous versions if you like. Okay, we can also continue to add more stuff. So for example, provide a statistical summary of the columns. Okay, and now I believe the model will also use Python again to create a statistical summary of those columns, and hopefully they are also going to add those information to the report as well. So I think this is very nice. So they added a table to show the numerical values. They also added another report, like say a list, to show the number of the values for the categorical values. Okay, so let's also modify this one a little bit. So for example, this one, delete the IDNO column because that's ID, so we don't need that. And also for the categorical columns, let's say if we can use a table as well, or maybe we can also use a chart. So let's say use bar charts to display such information, because to me, I think visualization is more straightforward. So you can see now we're using matplotlib to create hopefully 3 bar charts to show those values. Okay, yes, we do have those 3 bar charts. Let me know if you'd like to include those charts. I see. Okay, so include those charts in the report. So now I call it a summary. So summary, and now I think the ChatGPT will, okay, so we are going to update they are editing the report, the summary one more time. So they are organizing the writings in Markdown syntax. So actually, we will not see those images here, but instead, they are using the Markdown syntax, so we will not be able to see that on Canvas. However, if we download this report, and we will be able to see that. So you can see. Okay, so it looks like they modify those parts and they set the embedded. Again, they are using Markdown syntax, so we will not be able to see the visualizations unless we download the Markdown syntax together with the charts, or unless we download that as HTML code, which we'll do that later. All right, so let's just trust OpenAI that okay, you indeed inserted those charts, and then we are going to remove that. So you can just hit delete if you like, or we let OpenAI do that. So remove those info, so we no longer need that. All right, and also we know that there are three raters. So we also want to search online to find out those raters. So for example, which rater is so GIA is the most frequently mentioned GI rater, and followed by HRD, followed by IGI. So I should not type directly. Okay, so search online about for more info of the raters in the dataset and add a footnote to briefly those raters. Info on the raters in the dataset and add a footnote. Okay, so let's say the model is able to do that. Okay, so now they did search online, but they didn't add the information as a footnote. So let's just ask model to do it again. It's not they added in the column details in the content. Okay, I think place a footnote to the of the summary. Okay, they are just recreating the content. All right, so now it looks better. So we have the footnote that tell more about those raters. All right, next, so explore the dataset and find some interesting patterns. So this actually is a very hard question. We are using the 4.0 model. It's not a reasoning model. The latest reasoning model is O3. So it's not right now in Canvas. So let's see how the model will handle this question. So okay, so it's explore dataset. So now they are doing. So the first thing they are doing is they are doing some correlation analysis for all the columns, which kind of makes sense. And then they are analyzing the relationship between the weight and the price, check correlation between color, clarity, and also price, and also report the result. Looks like they had errors, so the default value, okay. And now they have some preliminary findings. So here's some interesting pattern. So correlation, so the weight and the price are strongly correlated, which makes sense. Between weight and price, as the weight of diamond increase, the average price also increase. And color and the price. So color D has the highest average price. That's very interesting. So that's also the best color. Most colorless had the highest price. That makes sense. Okay, so this is interesting. So in terms of the clarity, VVS2, which is very slightly included, has the highest average price. However, interestingly, diamonds with RF has slightly significantly lower average price compared to other high clarity grades. Okay, so I think that's interesting. So explore this one further and explain why RF has lower price. Okay, so we asked model to try something randomly, and now we did find something that is interesting. So we want model to explore this relationship, which is between clarity and price, because normally RF, which is the highest clarity, should have the highest price, but in our dataset it is not. So let's see why. All right, so here's in-depth exploration of RF clarity grade. So price, this is the price range, and it is lower than the others. We can see tend to be smaller because they tend to be smaller. All right, that makes sense because you can see for the RF diamonds, that's average weight, and for the other diamonds, that's average. So it's much smaller, and also it is also I think the weight is the only reason. So market, so weight is the biggest problem. All right. To the summary. I think I should be more specific. I want to add the analysis about clarity and price to the summary. Okay, yes, they indeed added the IF clarity and price. Okay, and due to their smaller, okay, so create a chart to this point. Okay, so we are going to create another visualization to this for this one. So now we have this chart. They want me to download this chart. They didn't show me the chart. Okay. And so I want you to show me the chart first. I don't want to download. Okay, so that makes sense. So those are the RF clarity diamonds. They are much smaller, and those are the other diamonds in other clarity grades. So they are bigger. So that's why they are more expensive. Now I believe they are now adding another markdown syntax to show the to include this chart. Okay. All right. I think I'm now happy with this visualization. So we can do something else. So for example, we can add emojis for different sections if you like. It also sometimes take a longer time to update the entire report. All right. as you can see, we can also add a final polish. So let's also try that as well. So now you can see they added a title. They also changed the headings. Um, and see if they have any conclusions. Oh, they didn't add conclusion. Okay, so that's a final polish. If you like, you can also change the reading levels. So for example, you can to like for middle school students or college students, or you can change the length. So for example, you can make it longer or you can make it shorter. So if you like, and also we can also add comments. So review the summary and add comments. Okay, so basically we want model to read this report and see if there are anything that we can improve. Okay, so they added some comments. They added 6 comments. If we check those comments, so like specified purpose of this report, if you apply and they are going to modify this report based on this comment. So for example, let's apply that one. Okay, so this just added the purpose, that is understanding how different attributes will change, influence their price. Let's see another one. Add a note about why weight is a significant factor in the diamond's valuation. I'm going to skip that. Briefly explain why different grading agents might impact the insights. Okay, that's nice. This means typical values, they are outliers. Okay, I'm just curious. So how can you respond this one? So those values represent average and may be influenced by outliers. Okay, so they just add additional note. You know what? Actually, I don't like this edit. So I just go back and I just keep this version. This is the last comment. Was that consider why weight influence price more significantly than clarity in this context? Okay, I agree. So let's just change this part. Tend to be higher. Okay. And finally, I want to add another image. So create a insert it here. Okay. So I want model to create a diamond image. So now we can see we have another image. In addition to the charts, we have an image that is inserted into our report. Okay, I'm not sure whether or not you noticed there was a markdown syntax that just right here that shows reference that image. Okay, so I think I'm happy with this report. So as I said, if you want to see the images or the charts in the report, you can download the markdown syntax together with those charts, and then you will be able to see them. Or you can download everything as an HTML code. So let's see. Download the as a HTML file with the and charts embedded. Okay, let's try it. To be honest, I tried multiple times, so normally for the first time it will fail. So I mean, I will still have an HTML file, but they will not include the image. But I need just retry it one more time, and then they will try to put images or the charts into that HTML code. So I guess that's something that OpenAI can improve. Okay, so here you can see we see the source code that does include that image. However, in this downloaded in this HTML file, I don't think that image will be showing up. So yeah, so we don't have this image. We also don't have this chart. Okay, so now I'm going to complain to the model. So the diamond image and the bar chart, this one. Let me be specific, this one. In the HTML file. Okay, so I don't know why, but every time when I want to include images or charts, normally I need to do it twice. Okay. So now it looks like they are encoding the image. And now we have the first image, that diamond image. And we also have this clarity chart that in this HTML file. Looks like we are still missing those charts. Let's see. Okay, so yes, now we have this diamond. We have this chart. I think we are still missing those three charts, that color distribution, clarity distribution, and rate distribution. All right. I'm not sure this will work because no, it didn't work. Is that the last one? No, it didn't change the last image. Okay, I think I'm going to stop here because I don't want to waste too many times on just like the final export. So so as you can see that with Canvas, the benefit is that it saves us a lot of time to create reports or do the Python coding, etc. And also the biggest benefit is that you can just select part of the report and also ask AI to modify that specific section. You can also manually rewrite those sections if you like. However, we do see that the model still makes some mistakes. So for example, so sometimes they will just add the columns not exist in the dataset. And also sometimes, uh, as we can see today, is that they cannot insert the images into the right place and also export the report with those images.